Everybody, I just want to say R.I.P to Nate Dogg, man. I'm not trying to, trying to make no money. I ain't got no ads or nothing like that on there. But I found out through the internet, a lot of people, on Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff, they like to make up rumors and, until like Dad said it and Snoop said, he was dead or whatever, then I can believe it. I don't go through, try not to go through like TMZ and all these little fake websites. But you know what amazed me about the internet? It's a lot of internet people that, just, troll and talk shit just to see how you will react and see what you would say. But it's so crazy that people will like be so disrespectful even if you don't know who the guy is. Well, I don't know who he is. Well, I mean, talk shit about him like that's not even make Twitter accounts and think it's funny. Ain't, making death jokes is nothing to be, ain't nothing funny about that. Like, would you want me to be at your funeral talking shit? Well, fuck this guy. Like, like, show some respect. You know what I mean? Like, even if you wasn't like, I seen people, well, you don't act like you was a big fan talking about Nate Dogg yesterday. How do you know? You know what I mean? Like, you can check my favorites out and see a bunch of Nate Dogg stuff. You feel me? So it's not, it's not, everybody knew he was, well, most people knew he had the 2 strokes or whatever. I knew he had the 2 strokes or whatever. I knew he was doing kind of bad, but, shit happens. But it's a lot of I just don't understand like how people could just like sit there and just talk about somebody. I think everybody in the world got one artist they like, and let's say I don't know, one of your artists might die. I'll be like, man, but I ain't a big fan of the guy. Well, who cares? You feel some type of way. It's kind of like how Michael Jackson died. A lot of people will feel some type of way. You can't just disrespect somebody, you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand that at all. How somebody can just, I don't know. Maybe people just, want some attention to see how people react. But music is life. It's a lot of, like, without music, a lot of people would be doing some crazy stuff right now. Like, I think most people can relate to this. Like when you wake, like, having a bad day or just having a shitty day, you turn on some music, it could be Nate Dogg or something like that, maybe to calm you down. Maybe you can relate to it. Maybe just like, just calm your ears down, just make you calm. That's what music do. Like, without music, I mean, to be honest, you ain't really shit without music, because a lot of people probably be doing some crazy stuff or probably be in a bad position right now, you know what I mean? So, R.I.P to Nate Dogg, just show some respect to him, that's all that's all I ask, I'm just, I just don't understand sometimes. But, R.I.P to Nate Dogg.